Hey, how's it going? I wanted to just do a quick video today on running shoes. When you start running, your footwear is very important, and I strongly encourage running just because it's a lot of fun and it's a great workout in terms of building your cardio, your lung capacity, and also the muscles in your arms and legs, stomach, full body. Really, it's a great full body workout that can be a lot of fun, but you definitely need a good pair of shoes. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit today about a type of shoe that I've become very into in the last few years, which is called the barefoot style of shoes. So let's start off with a few things about these barefoot shoes. The idea is that you're supposed to feel like you're running barefoot. They're very light. They're like featherweight shoes. They're very flexible, yet they do still have protection for your foot so that, when you step on sharp things, you'll have some protection so you're not running fully barefoot, because otherwise we would just run totally barefoot. And you have great grip with these, type of sole. So a few years ago, a friend of mine had a pair of these, which are the Vibram Five Fingers, and I was like, whoa, these are some funky looking shoes. And he let me try them on, and I went running, and I just felt like I was flying. I was running. I ran like maybe 4 or 5 kilometers. I just felt like I was flying. It was such an amazing feel. And then I had a lot of soreness in my legs after that for like 2, 3 days, because the whole idea with these type of shoes is that you're running properly and you're really running on the balls of your feet. So at the beginning, you will really be flexing the muscles in your calves and using a lot of muscles that you don't usually use when you're just running in other running shoes that allow you to be a little more lazy, let's say. So I got really into these barefoot shoes just because they're so light. You feel like you're flying. It's an amazing feeling. And I've tried a few different kinds over the years, and I've actually written a number of reviews on runrepeat.com. I'll post some of these reviews up so you can see them as well. But today I just want to do a general explanation of these barefoot style shoes. So let's just talk a little bit about the few different options that you have here. You have what's called, this is a big company of barefoot shoes called Vibram Five Fingers. Now Vibrams make a lot of soles for a lot of different shoes. They came out a number of years ago. I don't know how many years ago exactly, but at least I've seen them for at least 7 years. I think I've seen these Five Fingers around. And the idea is that they really increase your toe splay, healthier for your foot, meaning your toes go like this. They spread out, they fan out your toes. And if you wear these a lot, you will see your foot actually get wider, which is healthier for your foot actually, because a lot of shoes make your feet a little more like your toes like that, squishing them together. So it's good for the feet. These are great for running like sprints because they're just super light. They feel like a track shoe. You can get them wet, so they can be like, they make some kinds that are a little more like water shoe-like, so you can run in water with them. This kind is actually meant for trail, so it's got a little more grip on the bottom. It's got a bit of a high top here to prevent rocks from coming in, so this is the trail model. And they're really great shoes, other than if you're running on serious terrain, it penetrates through the sole a little bit, and it's a little bit can hurt your foot a little bit with like really serious rocks. So that's the thing I would watch out for. This is a different model. This company Vivo Barefoot. They look a little more normal, which is cool because this web thing is like a little bit, draws a lot of attention. These look a little more normal. But again, a typical barefoot feature is you allow the toes to splay out like this. So it has a wide toe box here, it's called. And it looks a little bit more normal, and it's also featherweight, super flexible, and allows you to do a lot of the same things as shoes. So they're very similar, and actually there's a number of other companies, Lems, Zero. I just ordered a pair of Zeros. They're supposed to be coming in soon, hopefully. So I would like to try some of the other companies, but they all kind of have the same idea in that they're featherweight, they're wide, they are all-purpose shoes, meaning that you can wear them all day, and it's good for your posture. It's good for your running form. It's comfortable to wear around the house, and good to run it. Now, I have heard of people running marathons in these kind of shoes. As you notice, there's very little cushion. That's the whole thing of running barefoot. There's little cushion, so your legs are working extra hard. I do not like to run more than 10 kilometers in these. 10 kilometers, I've been pushing it, but up to that, they're a good training shoe. Um, and they're also very, like I said, versatile. They're great for the gym. They're great for like these studio workouts, which I do a lot of. I sometimes I feel a little tired and I have to do a personal training with people, and I pop on these shoes and they energize me. You know, they're light and you know these clunky shoes. You know, like many shoes are. So they give you good energy. These shoes, they really kind of get you in the mood to work out. One drawback, they are tight to the foot, so they do start to make your foot sweat a bit and build up and start to smell a little bit. However, you throw them in the wash and then they're good as new. So in general, they're awesome. Now, if you want kind of a hybrid, I was really into these shoes and I still am, and I train with them for many, many things. Now, when I want to go running on a little bit more of a longer run, I do like marathons or, just kind of more of a cruising run where my legs don't have to work as hard as running in these. I want a little more cushion. I found an option, which is there's two companies that are Topo and Ultra that make these kinds of shoes. Now, these are called a natural running shoe. The difference between this and, let's say, these guys is you do have a bit of a cushion here. This is called a stack height. You do have a bit of a cushion, which cushions your joints a little more and your legs don't have to work quite as hard. However, it tends to be a small level of cushion compared to other running shoes, a low stack height. And you've got this wide toe box feature, which still allows your foot to have that natural wide splay, it's called. So that's a good hybrid shoe that allows you to go a little further distance. I would recommend a company called Ultra or Topo. So I am a big fan of this natural footwear type of running. There are other great companies out there, but for me, just because my foot has gotten wider, it's harder for me to run in some of these other types of shoes. And I would really recommend getting into this natural style of running. It really improves your form. You have great foot comfort. Shoes like these Ultras are awesome for wearing like all day, which a lot of running shoes for me never were comfortable to wear a full day just because they're very wide, these Ultras. And as we run, running is great, but we have to really take care of our bodies. And I've seen so many people that start running and they start to experience pain in different parts of their body, especially the knee joints, the back, feet, things like that. And if we run with proper footwear, that can really eliminate some of these problems. So that's my little spiel here on natural running. Check out some of my reviews on Run Repeat, and take care.